Wonderful to see, isn't it? Everybody, please be seated. And we're getting chairs for the last few. It's been a wonderful turnout, and we're delighted. Dr. Kalenda, stage party, our faculty, graduates, our special guests, parents, spouses, family, and friends. I am so pleased to welcome you to the 45th School of Nursing Graduation Convocation. I'm Dr. Georgia R. Savage, Dean of the School of Nursing, and I'd like to take a minute at the beginning to introduce the stage party. I'm going to ask them to stand as I call their name so you'll recognize them. Dr. Christopher Kalenda, Chancellor of the Health Science Center, Dr. Nigel Clark, Chairperson of the Faculty Senate, Dr. Steve Robinson, West Virginia University Registrar, and Dr. Diana Mason, our commencement speaker. We welcome them. Ms. Denise Liston, President of the School of Nursing Alumni Association, Dr. Nan Leslie, Dr. Carrie Sanjeklin, and Dr. Laurie Badzek, who are going to be hooding doctoral degree recipients today, Dr. Susie Mascaro-Walter, outstanding PhD student, Dr. Martha Summers, outstanding DNP student, Ms. Genevieve Larimer, outstanding MSN student, and Ms. Sarah Bozo, our outstanding BSN student. Thank you and welcome them. Members of the Administrative Council present today are Dr. Mary Jane Smith, Associate Dean for Graduate Academic Programs Affairs, Dr. Elizabeth Shelton, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Academic Affairs, Dr. Roger Carpenter, Chair of the Health Restoration Department, Dr. Susan McCrone, Chair of the Health Promotion Department, and Dr. Evelyn Clucky, Chair for the WVU Tech Department of Nursing, and our Vice President for Nursing at West Virginia University Ruby Memorial Hospital, Dottie Oakes, and Mr. Stuart Wells, Dean for Student Services. A dean could not have a more effective and contributing administrative council than I do. Please join me in thanking them for all their work. Seated at the sides of the stage are our faculty members, both emeritus and current, and our former dean, Dr. Martin. These are members from the School of Nursing faculty, truly the most responsible people for the education of our students and the success that they achieve. I was delighted, by the way, going around today, finding all of those that have jobs already. I'm sure you are too. Our faculty are very dedicated, knowledgeable, and experienced group, and I thank them for all that they do for our students. Faculty, all faculty, past and present, please stand and let us recognize you. I want to do one deviation from our script because today is Armed Forces Day. And I think it's important to recognize all of those who have served or are serving in our armed forces. So in the audience and on stage, anyone who has served in our armed forces, could you stand so we can thank you for our freedom? Thank you. It's an exciting day in university life when the men and women who come to our institution seeking higher learning, and in our case, preparation for a profession, have completed their challenge and are ready for the recognition the university confers with the awarding of the degrees. At our ceremony this year, 85 young women and men will receive the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, 44 will be awarded the Master of Science in Nursing degree, 4 will receive the Doctor of Nursing Practice degree, and 2 will receive their Doctor of Philosophy degrees in nursing. I would also mention that the 14th person across the stage to get a degree will be our 5,000th graduate. Yay. The BSN graduates who have chosen to participate in the pinning ceremony will also receive their official school pins, and graduates will receive their official diplomas. Others will receive a certificate, and as they leave the stage, our alumni director, Ms. Judith Turner, and assistants will present each graduate with a School of Nursing travel bag. In that bag, all graduates will receive a brand new 50th anniversary Leadership in Health medallion from Chancellor Calenda, a Health Science Center lapel pin, a 1-year complimentary membership in the WVU School of Nursing Alumni Association, and a School of Nursing 50th anniversary memento. We hope you will all enjoy this very special program as much as we do every year. And I would now like to call on Dr. Calenda to the podium to bring greetings. Please help me welcome him.
Thank you, Dean Nursavage, and faculty and honored administrators and guests. Thank you for coming today. One of the things that I like to do, that I learned at a previous institution, is that to get excited about graduation means you got to get excited. So I used to ask folks I would go into an audience like this and I would say, howdy. Now the response back would be a loud howdy, but I want you to raise the roof here. Howdy. All right. This is an exciting day. This is an opportunity for these young professionals as they step forward into the new healthcare environment that we have to be outstanding clinicians, outstanding individuals who will care for patients in a very real and meaningful way. Now, as a physician, I learned a lot from the nurses who taught me how to be a doctor. Okay. But as I am one of the baby boom generations, there are some things that I would like to plead with you all. Know something about the 60s and 70s. It was a good time. The music was good. And if you can hum a song from the Doobie Brothers or from the Beach Boys, when you're administering to an old guy or an old gal who are increasingly becoming geriatrics, it's going to mean a lot. The second thing I'd like to remind you is that you really are entering into the brave new world of healthcare reform. You have more technical skills training than any generation of healthcare providers before you. But it's still about the art of nursing. It's still about the art of healthcare delivery. And even though you're going to be very facile in dealing with respirators, multiple IV lines, all types of technological things that are going to improve the outcomes of patient care, it's still going to be the nurse-patient relationship that's going to get a person through an acute episode of illness. So I want you to remember that no matter how technically facile you are, remember the nurse-patient relationship. And the last thing is, Dean Nursavage is correct. This is Armed Forces Day. And one of the reasons why we wanted to do a medallion that each of the graduates will have is that one of the military traditions in the United States is for various service groups, divisions, air wings, etc., often will have medallions that they show or have as part of their unit cohesion. We decided to commission a medallion for you all, so as a remembrance of your experience here at WVU. But there's a little twist on how this has evolved over time. It used to be that this was a form of identification of one unit to another unit. Now it is that when you come back to your 5th reunion and your 25th reunion and your 50th reunion, you all will be back here for your 50th reunion, that you need to have your medallion here. Because if you don't have your medallion and one of your classmates asks you for the medallion and you don't have it, you got to buy the drinks. That's the tradition. So in summary, be mindful of your commitment to lifelong learning. Be good stewards of patient care. Honor your loved ones, because they're the ones who got you to where you are today. And live transformed and enriched lives. Thank you. Thank you for coming. A great day.
Now, before I introduce our speaker and honored guest, I would like to say just a few words to the graduates. I want to thank you for all that you have contributed during the years you've been our nursing students. You've been excellent models of professional nursing as you've carried out both your clinical and service activities in hospitals, rural areas, and the community. You have worked to improve the quality of life for all for whom you have cared. And you've served the School of Nursing. Your fellow students also have benefited from your participation in the Student Nursing Association, the Dean's Council for Students, and your many other activities. I want you to know how much we appreciate you and how proud we are of each and every one of you. All of you graduating today have completed difficult curricula. I know you know that. You've worked harder than most people would have ever believed. And you've mastered both the art and the science that provide the basis for your practice now and in the future. The nursing skills that you apply in your practice and the nursing concepts and theories that are the signature of our professional nursing practice. You've done it not just in the classroom and laboratory, but also in the living, noisy, sometimes precarious clinical environments of the hospital, the clinical, the community, and the rural areas of West Virginia, in the homes of our people, men, women, children, and families for whom you've cared. And I'm confident that you will continue to meet the challenges from your patients to nurse them holistically, recognizing not just the body and mind, but the spirit and the heart. And you've shown that you can do this, or you wouldn't be sitting here. Those of you who are graduate students have provided hundreds of hours of advanced nursing care to our individuals, groups, and families throughout the state. You are helping people to help themselves better and to live with chronic conditions and maintain quality in their lives. You've embraced the responsibilities of providing autonomous, advanced practice nursing care. Care, I think, is the key word. That's what nurses do. While working in a collegial relationship with other care providers, like our doctor friends, the doctoral students have begun to address gaps in knowledge and care, proceeded to find data, analyze them, and contribute to the nursing profession's body of knowledge. You've shared with the world through your publications already and your presentations. You've discovered and applied evidence that other nurses and healthcare professionals can use to improve practice and care. And you are prepared to be our next generation of faculty and researchers. To the audience, I want to say thank you. You've supported these students. You've protected them, perhaps eased their lives as much as you could. They will care for patients with complex healthcare needs. They will see hopeless cases, people with terminal illness who may die under their care. They will care for victims of senseless violence and for others with multiple physical and mental health problems. It's an incredible challenge to be a nurse today. And healthcare today is certainly changing. But somehow, we're confident that they will meet the challenge and hold on to their caring hearts while providing excellent nursing care. No wonder we are so proud of them, and we thank you for all you've done. So I'm going to ask our graduates to thank you. Would you like to stand and give them a round of applause? Well deserved. Thank you. So we congratulate you. We ask you to remember that as nurses, you are members of our most caring profession. And we ask that as you practice, you do it in a spirit of love and respect for your fellow humans. That's the hallmark of our profession. We know you're equal to the challenges you will face. And all of you, our 50th anniversary year graduates, are inspiring us, and we are indeed full of pride to have you join us as our next generation of WVU alumni. Let's go. You got it. Okay. Now I would like to recognize that during the spring commencement weekends, the university does confer honorary degrees to distinguished individuals in recognition of their outstanding achievements. This honor conveys the pride of that the university takes in those who use their education and abilities to improve people's lives. This weekend on campus, we are honoring those who have reached the very pinnacles of their professions. Their commitment to excellence make them ideal role models for today's graduates. President Bill Clinton and Dr. C. Peter McGraw and our guest today, Dr. Diana Mason, are each accepting West Virginia University's honorary doctorate degrees this weekend. Dr. Nigel Clark, our WVU Faculty Senate Chair and Professor and George Berry Chair in the Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering, will introduce Dr. Diana Mason as she accepts her honorary doctorate of science. Dr. Clark represents the exceptional WVU faculty who influence our nation's progress through teaching, research, practice, and service. University Registrar Steve Robinson will represent the President in presenting the hood to Dr. Mason, and our presiding officer today, Dr. Christopher Calenda, will confer the honor. If I can ask them to step forward, please.
Diana Mason is a distinguished leader in the nursing profession and a strong voice for excellence in healthcare. Dr. Mason, who earned her bachelor's degree in nursing from WVU in 1970, served as editor of the American Journal of Nursing, named one of the 100 most influential journals of the century in biology and medicine. She has also published more than 100 editorials and an award-winning book, Policy and Politics in Nursing and Healthcare. Her writings and work focus on providing solutions to today's healthcare problems through innovative programs for nurses as patient advocates. Dr. Mason is the Rudin Professor of Nursing at the Hunter-Bellevue School of Nursing of the City University of New York and directs the Center for Health, Media, and Policy. She is a fellow in the American Academy of Nursing and received the Pioneering Spirit Award from the American Association of Critical Care Nurses. Through service on advisory boards and visiting committees, Dr. Mason has remained supportive of WVU. Dr. Calenda, I present Dr. Diana Mason.
Dr. Mason, in recognition of your distinguished career in the nursing profession and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the West Virginia University Board of Governors, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science with all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. In testimony thereof, I hand you this diploma and cause you to be invested with this honor.
Okay, let me introduce our speaker. In awarding the Honorary Doctor of Science, you have already heard of what I would have said to begin the introduction of Diana Mason, RN, one of our graduates, 1970, PhD, FAAN, and Doctor of Science. We are proud to claim her as our graduate. She also has a Master of Science in Nursing from St. Louis University and a PhD from New York University. She continues to serve as editor emeritus of the American Journal of Nursing, and under her leadership has the journal received numerous awards and is the only nursing journal to have been selected for that Journal of the Century Award. She also does an interesting Friday at noon radio show that I try to listen to when I can, and it's called Health Styles, a wonderful weekly program that gives health information to the public. It's received media awards and can be heard to this day. She also chaired our Raise the Voice campaign in the American Academy of Nursing, and she'll tell you some more about that. She was our first nursing alumni selected to be in the West Virginia University Academy of Distinguished Alumni. And last evening, she was recognized with the other honorary doctors receiving honorary doctorates from the university. So I'd like you to join me in welcoming our speaker and distinguished alum, Dr. Diana Mason.
Thank you. Good afternoon. What a glorious day this is. Dr. Calenda, Dean Narsavage, Dr. Clark, Dr. Robinson, other distinguished guests, faculty at the School of Nursing, a fine faculty it is, family and friends, and graduates of the class of 2010. You made it. Yay. Yes. Yes. So I really do know how difficult this is. And for those of you who think, oh, nursing school, that's easy. Is there anybody here who expected how difficult it was? You can raise your hand and I can be impressed. It's a very rigorous education, and particularly at this School of Nursing. I know how much it takes to become a graduate of the West Virginia University School of Nursing, but I will share with you my shame. I almost didn't finish this program. I was a really good student until my senior year. And then I decided I was going to contribute to the university's reputation as a party school. And I discovered politics that clearly has played a role in my life to this day. I discovered bridge, endless hours of bridge at the mountain lair. And I had a very rich social life my senior year. Fortunately, I had a couple faculty members who took me under their wing and made sure that I didn't sacrifice graduation for that social life. And I am, to this day, dedicated to this School of Nursing for where I am today. If it had not been for the faculty who I had, I would not be standing here. This is an exquisite university and School of Nursing. The School of Nursing has a reputation for innovation, and that began in 1960 with one of the most innovative curriculums in the country. And to this day, other schools of nursing are trying to figure out how to integrate their curricula the way West Virginia University School of Nursing integrated its curriculum when I was a student. It's known for its work in rural health, for promoting the health of West Virginians and contributing to the health of this nation, and many, many other achievements. The graduates of this program have gone on to be leaders in nursing and innovators in healthcare. And this was really evident a few weeks ago at the kickoff event for the 50th anniversary of this School of Nursing. And there, some of you may have heard Dr. Lois Evans, a professor at the University of Pennsylvania, speak about her work in trying to stop the use of restraints on older adults. And I mean, it's really important work. She did work that people told her, you cannot do this, and she did it. There was Laura Wood, a graduate who is the Vice President and National Director of Clinical Solutions for Siemens, one of the nation's leading healthcare technology companies. And there was Patricia Burkhart, whose research is helping us to improve the ability of youth with asthma and their families to better manage their care and improve their outcomes and reduce the need for emergency rooms and hospitalization, emergency room visits. But I would expect nothing less from this School of Nursing and from nurses. We are innovators. We are innovators in small ways every day with helping patients in their recovery. We are also innovators in large ways in designing new models of care to help meet healthcare needs of individuals, of families, and of whole communities. Dean Savage mentioned that I chair the Raise the Voice campaign for the American Academy of Nursing. And this is an initiative that was developed by the board in recognition that nurses are innovative. We have developed innovative models of care, but they're below the radar screen. We just do the good work. We don't make it visible. And that we needed to start making it visible so that this nation could benefit from what we have developed. So we call these nurse innovators edge runners. And they have developed models of care for which there are excellent clinical and financial outcome data. And then we work with them to make their work visible to journalists, to policymakers, to insurers, to the whole world. And so we look at what are the barriers to sustaining and spreading these models of care, and look at what are the policy responses that could be developed to reduce those barriers. What I'd like to do today is to share with you one edge runner story so that you can appreciate the fullness of some of the work that these edge runners are doing. This story is the 11th Street Family Health Service. It is a nurse-managed health center in North Philadelphia, a very poor area of Philadelphia, where there, until recently, was not even a supermarket in the community. Now imagine having to do your shopping by riding public transportation, a bus, to another community and lug back your grocery bags. And that's what they were having to do. So in 1996, the founder of the center and its current director, Dr. Patty Garrity, a public health nurse, approached the community and said, "I'd like to work with you to improve the health of this community." And they said, "Well, we've had other experiences with you do-gooders. You'll be just like the rest. You'll come in, you'll do your thing, and then you'll leave us." And she said, "No, I won't. I will stay." And to develop trust, she took 4 public health nurses and put one of them in each of 4 public housing developments and had them there to work on what are the health needs of this development. And so they asked them, "What are your health concerns?" And you know what? It wasn't diabetes. It wasn't hypertension. It was, "We need a stop sign on our corner because cars go barreling down this street and are running into our old folk who take too long to get across the street, or hit our children when the ball goes out into the street and they're chasing it. We need some animal control. There are stray animals here that are really a problem, and we need that fixed. We need more food assistance, and we want to learn CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation." They had had people in their own buildings who just keeled over, and the other community residents felt like, "Oh my gosh, what do I do?" They felt helpless, and they felt, "We don't want to be helpless when that happens. We want to know what to do." So these nurses worked on these concerns, and in the meantime, reached out to the business leaders in the community, the churches, other stakeholders in this community to form a community advisory board. And to this day, that community advisory board is a true partner with the center in determining what are the priorities, what are the health needs of the community, what are the priorities, and what are the solutions that will work to help address those health needs. Today, the 11th Street Family Health Center is serving as a medical or health home to over 6,000 community residents. Now, for those of you who don't know, A medical or health home, as I like to call it, for promoting health, is a practice that agrees to take responsibility for coordinating your care. If you need to go see a specialist, they arrange that. If you need social services, they're helping you with that. They're helping to make sure that you're getting the information you need to better manage your chronic illnesses and acute illnesses. So they are functioning as that health home. They have primary care physicians on staff, and they have access to a whole host of specialist physicians through their affiliating university, Drexel University. The 11th Street Family Health Service also goes out and provides home visits for high-risk mothers and infants, trying to improve the likelihood that they will have good outcomes. And this is called the Nurse-Family Partnership that is spreading across the country. It's a nursing model of care. They provide dental services, mental health counseling, groups for parenting, for fitness. They have a whole exercise room there, and exercise coaches. Some of us could use that ourselves. And a smoking cessation group that has a wait list. The center also, though, so that's looking pretty much at how to help these individual people improve their health, but it also looks at how do we improve the health of groups of people and the whole community. So they recognized that the leading health problems in the community were obesity, diabetes, and hypertension. And they thought, so what would help us, what would really give us a good bang for our buck to address all of those concerns? And they thought, we've got to promote better nutrition. Now, this is in the community that had no supermarket. Remember that, until recently. So they decided, well, let's hold nutrition classes. Now, those of you who may be nutritionists, I love nutritionists. I have lost 40 pounds over 3 years with a nutritionist who's fabulous. But have you ever sat through a nutrition class? It's not the most exciting thing to do. So they didn't have many people who wanted to do this, and they thought, we've got to be a little bit more creative. So they started cooking classes. And at those cooking classes, they teach about healthy nutrition, and they have a waiting list for people wanting to take the cooking class. They also realized that there was very little fresh produce in the community, so they started a community garden that youth tend, and they invited farmers in the region to come and do a green market in the community. So what difference has all of this made? A lot. For example, they have improved the clinical outcomes for people with diabetes and hypertension. They have approximately doubled the proportion of people who have achieved the recommended levels of blood pressure, of cholesterol, and a measure of diabetes control called glycosylated hemoglobin. Now, you might not know that. You should know that. They've also reduced the incidence of low birth weight babies. They've increased the rates of childhood immunizations and breast cancer screenings. But most importantly, they have not just gained the trust of the community, they have helped to create the community. This neighborhood is now actively engaged in taking charge of its health. But here's the truly stunning part. This is a nurse-managed center. There are over 200 nurse-managed health centers in this country. Now, they vary in their level of support and sophistication, and with additional support, they could be ramped up to meet this nation's need for more community health centers and more primary care. With the new healthcare reform legislation, we're going to be covering now 35 million more people in this country. We need to expand our primary care services and community health services. And there is money in the Act to support nurse-managed centers, but they face significant barriers. One is that managed care plans and insurers don't always want to credential nurse practitioners and pay them. Now, there are graduates up on this stage who are graduating as nurse practitioners, and they will be providing this kind of care. But imagine an insurer saying, well, we're just not going to pay you. We don't want to pay you. Not because you don't give good care, you give excellent care. We're just not going to pay you. In some states, laws preclude them from practicing independently. Now, this may not be an issue in places like New York City, where there are physicians everywhere. But in rural areas, we know that states such as Iowa have removed the supervision requirement that nurse practitioners used to have in terms of a physician supervising them, and they are providing superb care. There also is a criterion for, if you're a medical home, one of the reasons you want to be designated a medical or health home is because you will get extra payment for coordinating the care of that person. And there's a group called NCQA, the National Commission on Quality Assurance, that actually gives you this designation. So, the 11th Street Family Health Service and 10 other nurse-managed centers in Pennsylvania applied to NCQA for medical home status. And they received actually a plaque and a lovely letter saying, congratulations, you met all of the criteria except one. You are nurse-led. You have to be physician-led. Now, with all due respect to my physician colleague here, physician-led centers are fine, but so is 11th Street Family Health Center. It shouldn't matter who heads that center. It should be about the quality of the care that's provided. And nurses are committed to interdisciplinary care. We don't want to go out there and practice by ourselves. We understand the value of collaborating with physicians, with social workers, with nutritionists. So we are putting pressure on NCQA to change their criteria, and I expect us to be successful. And this is just one example of the important work being done by nurses across the country. We have an infrastructure of almost 250 midwifery-run childbirthing centers in this country that could be ramped up to be the frontline maternity care in this country at 1/5 the cost. They can provide a vaginal delivery at 1/5 the cost of a hospital vaginal delivery, and with significantly lower rates of cesarean sections and low birth weight infants and much higher rates of breastfeeding. We have a network of nurse-led geriatric services that are designed to keep older adults out of nursing homes with higher levels of functioning and quality of life and lower costs. We have nurses providing employee health services for companies where they're improving the outcomes for the employee and lowering the cost of health care for the employer. And as Dottie Oakes, the chief nurse officer over at Ruby Hospital, can tell you, nurses are the key to quality and safety in acute care hospitals. You must have nurses there with you if you're going to have safe care. Our nation is realizing we can no longer afford to just emphasize, though, acute care, high-tech care, that we have to do more with health promotion, prevention, promoting wellness, chronic care management, care coordination. Nurses stand ready to help this nation to provide that kind of care, to improve the healthcare outcomes and reduce costs. I would say to you all, do not wait for somebody to invite you to the policy table to show you how nursing can contribute to these discussions. You need to assert yourself and say, I want to be there. I should be there. You need my voice, and I can help you to build a better healthcare system. You're about to be an alum of the West Virginia University School of Nursing. I expect great things of every one of you. The greatness can be exemplified in everyday clinical care that really is extraordinary acts every day to help patients and their families through really difficult times or to promote their own health. Or it could be developing a new model of care to better promote the health of your community, or serve on an advisory or action committee in your institution or in your community. I challenge all of you, don't rest on the 50 years of excellence of this School of Nursing. I want you to show what nursing can do, what a WVU nurse can do, and what we are doing and will continue to do every day in service to promoting the health of this nation. I expect to see you at the alumni events. And you've got the one free year, but then you got to pay up. And my congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Just wonderful. Let me find her. Okay. Now we have a little musical selection. It's tradition at the School of Nursing that we will have My Home Among the Hills, and Mary Joanna Grizzo, class of 2011, is going to sing that for us. Mary Joanna.
There's a land of rolling mountains where the sky is blue above, and though I may roam, I hurry home to the friendly hills I love, where the moonlit meadows ring with a call of whippoorwills. Always you will find me in my home among the hills, and where the sun draws rainbows in the mist of waterfalls and mountain rills. My heart will be always in the West Virginia hills. Their autumn hillsides are bright with scarlet trees, and in the spring the robins sing, while apple blossoms whisper in the breeze, and there is music in the flashing streams, and joy in fields of daffodils, laughter through the happy valleys of my home among the hills.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. I just checked, and there's nobody sitting in these front seats, and I hate to have people standing in the back. So those of you, the last shall be first. If you would like to come forward, there is a whole row of seats here. We still have a lot of graduates to get diplomas, so please come forward and sit down. Okay. I had to make sure I wouldn't get in trouble to do that. Next, we're going to start the awarding of degrees. And our first degrees are for our graduate students. I'd like to bring Dr. Mary Jane Smith, the Associate Dean for Graduate Affairs, to present our candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Master of Science in Nursing, and Advanced Study. So Dr. Smith, would you come to the podium? And Chancellor Calenda is moving to the middle of the stage to present the diplomas and shake hands.
Chancellor Calenda, Dean Narsavage, I am honored to present a candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing. This is the highest academic degree awarded by a university and is a terminal research degree. Earning a Doctor of Philosophy requires extended study and intense intellectual effort. Awardees master a specific subject area completely and extend the body of knowledge about that subject. The final product, representing generation of knowledge in the discipline, is a dissertation. So would Melanie Miranda Whalen please come forward. Her dissertation is titled, "The Application of the Vulnerable Populations Conceptual Framework to Determine Factors Predictive of Overweight and Obesity in Appalachian Children and Adolescents." The chairperson of her committee was Dr. Roseanne DeMaria, and she could not be here today. So I am honored to hood Melanie. Next, candidates for the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice will be presented. The Doctor of Nursing Practice is a terminal practice degree representing the highest professional level of nursing practice. Earning this degree requires intense immersion in integrating knowledge with practice experiences. The final product is a capstone project on implementing change relative to a clinical practice project. First, there are 2 December graduates who we will hood today. Patty Louise Hermosella. Her project is titled "Initiating a Practice Change Prescribing Probiotics Concurrently with Antibiotic Therapy." She will be hooded by the chair of the capstone committee, Dr. Kari Sanjacklin. Patricia Joyce Marumba. Her project is titled "Influence of the Workplace Environment on Intent to Remain in Nursing Faculty Positions, Leading Policy Change." Dr. Cynthia Pursley chaired the capstone committee and cannot be with us today. She will be hooded by Professor Laurie Badzik, a member of the committee. And now for the May Doctor of Nursing Practice graduates. Mary Elizabeth Durant. Her capstone project was titled "Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome, Proposal for an Evidence-Based Management Plan for an Electronic Patient Record." She will be hooded by the chair of the capstone committee, Dr. Nan Leslie. Lisa Jo Kirby Strait. Her capstone project was titled Evaluation of a Practice Change to Reduce the Risk for Type 2 Diabetes in a Primary Care Site. She will be hooded by the chair of the capstone committee, Dr. Nan Leslie. Next will be presentation of candidates who have fulfilled all of the course requirements for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing. They have been prepared in the advanced practice of nursing at the master's level. This education includes development of refined analytic skills, broad-based perspectives, a substantive theoretical base, and a commitment to make a difference in the quality of life for those they serve in specific practice roles. The candidates are Nikki Elizabeth Bales, Megan Marie Carlson, Catherine Diane Carter, Catherine Ann Coffey, Erica Elaine Conan, Billy Wayne Davis, Ashley Ray Duncan, Rachel Renee Friend Lance, well, here we have the woman, Sheenan Gear, the 5,000th graduate. Yes, here she is. My goodness. Okay, go over there. Jamie Hefner, Lisa Welch Jenkins, Erin Nicole King, Genevieve Faith Larimer, Alice Lee Lockman, Stacy Bryn Casto Maltese. Bobby Ray Martin. Jennifer Dawn Carter Molina. Connie Jo Morris. Lori Jane Mullins. Mary J. Phipps. Sherry Ann B. Rankin. Heather Lynn Reckert. Deborah Ann Rechtenwald. Candy Edith Roach. Sarah Elizabeth Roop. April Dawn Shea. Halia Alexandria Simmons. Heather Michelle Smith. Lindsay Dawn States. Krista K. Tackman. R. Elaine Taylor. Lindsay Cranwell Thorpe. Ashley Dawn Wilson. And now we will recognize the postmaster's certificates. These are persons who already hold a master's degree, who completed a certificate in advanced practice nursing. Amanda Patricia Wakeham. Linda Sue Bomba. Alicia Fate Abbott. Should I call Betty? Do you want me to call Betty?
No, I will. That's good. Our next presentations will be the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I do want to apologize. There is an omission from the program, but she will definitely get her certificate. Ashley Gano's name was accidentally left off, and I do apologize to her and her parents. We also had Amanda Cooper not getting notified of honors, but we did get her picture done, and so I again apologize, but we're delighted that they are part of our ceremony. All right, I'm now going to bring Dr. Betty Shelton to the podium for the presentation of the candidates for degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Dr. Shelton is our Associate Dean for Undergraduate Affairs.
The Baccalaureate of Science in Nursing graduate is prepared to practice from a holistic, caring framework using an evidence base to promote safe, quality patient care in a variety of healthcare settings, caring for diverse populations across the lifespan and the health-illness continuum. I'm honored to present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. Lan Hugh, December 2009 graduate. Jacqueline Nyakiyamo, December 2009 graduate. Emily Alexandra Matthews, summa cum laude. Ashley Nicole Absher, cum laude. Emily Lucille Ball, cum laude. Stacy Meredith Baxter, magna cum laude. Kayla Marie Black, cum laude. Emily Joanne Bush, magna cum laude. Chelsea Renee Carroll, magna cum laude. Nicole Marie Castaldo, magna cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Casto, cum laude. Andrea Lee Kavanaugh, summa cum laude. Ashley Elizabeth Sells. Elisa Michelle Chase. Jenna Elizabeth Coleman. Jillian Dare Conrad, summa cum laude. Amanda Elizabeth Cooper, summa cum laude. Emily Ann Corbin, cum laude. Robin Lynn Corso, magna cum laude. Jordan and Elizabeth Crossan, magna cum laude. Elena Marie de Toronto, cum laude. Brittany Elizabeth Dickert, summa cum laude. Elizabeth A. Dutry, magna cum laude. Katie Nicole Fedazzo, magna cum laude. Rachel Brooke Fulton, summa cum laude. Stephanie K. Garcia, magna cum laude. Kenneth Derek Allen Glover, magna cum laude. Jennifer Lynn Goddard, magna cum laude. Margaret Jane Halen, cum laude. Stephanie Marie Hall. Caroline Reeder Harkless. Heather Michelle Heim. Alexandra Catherine Hempel, magna cum laude. Brianne Holly Henson. Getting backed up, so. Nicole Marie Hess, magna cum laude. Abigail Lee Hester. Mary Frances Hill, magna cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Hilling Gribble, magna cum laude. Seth Eric Hoblitzel, magna cum laude. Nicole Marie Hoover, magna cum laude. Shelby Lynn Hutzler. James David Imes, cum laude. Nathan Ryan Kitzmiller, cum laude. Vanessa Lynn Hilling. Benjamin Adam Noah Close, summa cum laude. Amy Jean Knotts, magna cum laude. Erica Nicole Lane, cum laude. Casey Renee Legg. Kelly Muir McCarthy, cum laude. Ashley Faith McKinley. Amy Sue Miller. Courtney Renee Miller. Sarah Dawn Miller. Melissa Ray Moist, cum laude. Cassia Maxine Montgomery. Ashley Nicole Moore, summa cum laude. Taylor Lee Moran, cum laude. Sierra Page Orgel, magna cum laude. Melissa Sue Pearson, magna cum laude. Shannon May Phipps. Sarah June Poole. Colleen Quinn. Audrey Brooke Royce, summa cum laude. Blanche Frances Rybeck. Angela Lynn Selesky. Brittany Elizabeth Schaefer. Megan Michelle Shepard, cum laude. Jenna Lynn Schimmel, magna cum laude. Emily Polixana Sincool, magna cum laude. Brooke Ellen Starcher, summa cum laude. Erin Marie Stauffer, magna cum laude. Megan Nicole Stewart. Jennifer May Stoops, cum laude. Rebecca Elaine Strite, summa cum laude. Krista Beverly Thomas, cum laude. Christina Iko Thornburg, cum laude. Ashley Nicole Thrower. Lauren Amanda Trozzi, cum laude. Stacy Nicole Valentine, cum laude. Zachary Ryan Visnick, magna cum laude. Sarah Jane Wandling, cum laude. Ashley Michelle Webb. Thomas John Weimerskirch, magna cum laude. Audra Lee Wargo. Hannah Joy Witter, cum laude. Erica Sue Weineke. Jennifer Nicole Weicherly, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Bliss Albright, RN. Megan Nicole Bloom. Ellen Elizabeth Bolt. Sarah Ashley Bozo. Brenda Jo Brubaker, RN. Matthew Scott Camerlin. Hillary Joan Castle. Jaleesa Ruth Clater. Mark Joseph Cummings, RN. Emily Rose Cunningham, RN. Maddie Jean Empfield. Jessica Marie Falcon, RN. Ashley Dawn Gunno, RN. Zubaida Guancoma. Samantha Elizabeth Izat. Stephanie Ann Koenig. Carlin Ashley Kidwell. Kelly Marie Neffley. Jenna Kolasak. Amy Noel Milburn, RN. Sarah Lee Miller. Julia E. Moore. Pamela Sue Nasir, RN. Susan Jill Rogers, RN. Crystal Michelle Smith. Joseph Ryan Summers. Amber Nicole Vance. Angel Lynn White. Jennifer Beth Weigel. Preston Franklin Woodburn Camp. Elsie Beth Deeds, cum laude. Kelly Ann Goff, magna cum laude. Jeanette Leah Mace, cum laude. Rosemary Stallnacker. Please join me in congratulating all of our graduates. It's great, isn't it? Okay. Now we have to be formal, okay? Chancellor Kalenda, I present to you the class of 2010. Will the class of 2010 please stand?
Please stand. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the West Virginia University Board of Governors, I hereupon confer you the degrees for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, honors, privileges appertaining thereto. As West Virginia University's newest graduates, you may move your tassels to the left side of your cap as a symbol of your achievement. Please join me in congratulating the class of 2010.
All right, you may be seated. I'd now like to bring forward our Alumni Association President, Denise Liston, to present the alumni charge. Ms. Liston.
On behalf of all the graduates who have preceded you, I extend to each member of the class of 2010 congratulations and best wishes. From this day forward, your names are forever linked to West Virginia University. The quality of a university is known by its reputation of its graduates. When employers see that your education has prepared you to excel in the workplace, that will enhance WVU's reputation and the value of your own degree. You will be this institution's best ambassadors. With that in mind, I offer you this charge, the class of 2010. Work hard, take risks, and don't fear making mistakes. Put your education to work improving our society. Develop a global perspective and apply your efforts to creating a more peaceful and just world. Honor the sacrifices of those who came before you and do all you can to help those who will follow. Above all, never stop learning. Read, explore, travel, and expand your circle of friends. As you build new friendships, take care to nurture those you have made at WVU. Maintain your connection with West Virginia University. Show your Mountaineer pride, not just on game days, but every day in every place that life takes you. Return to campus when you can to visit favorite professors and relive precious memories. As you leave today, consider the words of esteemed former WVU faculty member Maurice Brooks. He wrote, "Thus it is with those nurtured in Appalachia. They leave, but they look back, remembering pleasant things. The land has claimed them, and its ties will not be severed. At West Virginia University, you will always have a home among the hills."
Thank you. I'd now like to introduce our outstanding PhD student, Susie Mascaro-Walter, for a farewell to her class. Susie? Not here? Is here? Oh, you're coming around this way. Sorry. Where'd you go?
Congratulations. As a PhD graduate, I can tell you at least one aspect of my life has come full circle. When I graduated with my master's, I sat there just like you. I still remember the doctorally prepared graduate that spoke at my graduation. Her message was to use our accomplishments and move forward to become doctors of philosophy, doctors of medicine, lawyers, and DNPs. I listened and thought, oh no, I am done. I am tired. I'm not smart enough, and I don't have the time. But now I have the distinct opportunity to tell you that you do have the intelligence, energy, and the time. I went out and practiced as a nurse practitioner for about a year and decided I wanted to teach and do research. I called the Dean of Nursing, and before I knew it, I was sitting in class again with other nurses pursuing our PhD. Among us were educators, nurse practitioners, and nurse managers. Throughout graduate school, many of us dealt with life changes, significant illnesses of close loved ones, the loss of close loved ones, pregnancy, and adoption. One of us was diagnosed and successfully overcame cancer. In spite of, or maybe because of these challenges, we graduated. This program is about growing scholars, and that is what we are. The PhD students from my class researched and made contributions to the areas of parish nursing, patient education, adolescent health, geriatrics, and maternal child health. Through publications and presentations, we are sharing our findings and contributing to each of our fields. It wasn't until I had successfully completed my doctorate that I recalled that graduate student's speech. Each and every one of you has the foundation to pursue an advanced degree. The key is facing the challenges that life puts before us and to have the stamina to move forward. Graduate school has been a challenging and rigorous experience, but the rewards have been great. So I am hopeful that each and every one of you comes to realize your potential and that you have the same encouragement as I did from my dean, educators, friends, families, and coworkers. You have graduated and continue to build on that foundation with experience and then continue your education. Become doctors of philosophy, doctors of medicine, DNPs, and lawyers. If you don't think you can, I have 5 classmates and colleagues who will tell you different. Congratulations on your accomplishments and good luck.
I'd now like to introduce the outstanding Doctor of Nursing practice student, Martha Summers, for the farewell to her class. She's coming behind.
I'm honored and privileged to be among the members of the first Doctor of Nursing practice cohort to graduate from WVU. As the class that participated in the first offering of the DNP, we have shared in the fine-tuning of our knowledge and the honing of our skills to better serve our patients in the delivery of advanced nursing care. Our cohort came to feel in many ways that we were pioneers, as there was no trail laid out before us. We were pioneering a new degree and a new role. This was exciting and yet fearful and stressful because of the uncertainty of the journey ahead. With the faculty serving as our guides and mentors and providing us with the tools needed for the journey, we forged ahead and cleared the path as we progressed through the program. We came to know each member of the cohort and developed a support system. We not only shared in the education, but in each other's lives, celebrating accomplishments, births, and other milestones, and sadly, sharing in the loss of beloved family members. We chose not to focus on differences, but found commonalities, sharing in similar struggles, trying to figure out how to keep it all together and manageable. Life doesn't stop because one decides to further their education. We still had the responsibilities of work, family, friends, and day-to-day living. We all found that sacrifices were necessary, but took comfort in knowing that the sacrifices were temporary. We developed mantras such as, "We can do this," "Keep on swimming," and "Onward and upward." Pioneers of the past relied on each other for survival, and the sentiment that we could not have accomplished this without each other was echoed repeatedly. And so we are modern-day pioneers who hopefully have cleared a path for those that follow. I admire and support all of my colleagues and those future students brave enough to meet the challenges of doctoral education. I'm grateful for the development of the DNP degree, as it offered an exciting opportunity to become a more skilled provider of patient care and to enhance the bridge between science and practice. I would like to read the following quote from Mortimer Adler about the pioneering of ideas. "We often think of ourselves as living in a world which no longer has any unexplored frontiers. We speak of pioneering as a thing of the past. But in doing so, we forget that the greatest adventure of all still challenges us, the adventure of the human mind. People may be hemmed in geographically, but every generation stands on the frontiers of the mind. In the world of ideas, there is always pioneering to be done, and it can be done by anyone who will use the equipment with which they are endowed. The great ideas belong to everyone." So this is our challenge, to continue to pioneer ideas that will foster improved care to our patients, their families, and communities. Thank you.
I'd now like to introduce our outstanding Master of Science in Nursing student, Genevieve Larimer, for her farewell to the class. Genevieve.
It's such an honor to be able to speak to you today on behalf of such a wonderful group of people. I had a difficult time coming up with what I was going to talk to you about today. I wanted it to be a reflection of all of our experiences, so I asked for some input from my classmates, but really it just wasn't coming together until we met to present our capstone projects. We were together for several hours that day and we did a lot of talking, and I noticed two themes that kept coming up in the conversations. The first is fear. We're about to graduate and be solely responsible for the health of our patients, and that's a terrifying prospect. Even though we've been working in patient care for many years and we've all been responsible for patients before, there seems to be this overwhelming sense of fear. We all have this idea in our heads that after graduation we'll be on our own, isolated, alone, with no one to rely on. And despite our years of practice and preparation, our patients will just drop like flies. The second theme I noticed in the conversation was that of friendship. We all talked about how grateful we are for each other, how lucky we've been in our cohort to have really bonded as a group and made some wonderful, lasting friendships through this program. We've been able to support each other through difficult times and rely on each other for help and advice. So take a moment and consider those two themes. Our main concern seems to be that we'll be alone and isolated in practice, but in reality, we'll never be completely on our own. Not only will we have the rest of our healthcare team and our practices to rely on for support and advice, but we also have this wonderful network of friends and colleagues that we've developed in our time together in school. I tried to find a great quote by a famous nurse about working together, a collaborative practice that related to this, but I couldn't find any. What I did find were many quotes like this one by Eleanor Robson Belmont, who said, quote, "If you want a thing done, go. If not, send. I belong to that group of people who move the piano by themselves," end quote. I think this is telling because nurses tend to be the sort of people who try to do everything on their own. But we know from research that the best patient outcomes result from working together. And I think it's comforting to know that not only do we not have to do everything completely independently, but we really shouldn't be thinking this way because working together provides the best care. So instead, I had to borrow a quote from management guru Ken Blanchard, who reminds us that none of us is as smart as all of us. So keep in touch with your classmates, colleagues, and mentors, and let's continue to rely on each other for help, support, advice, and also friendship. In closing, there are many people we would like to thank. First of all, our mentors, preceptors, and teachers, some of who are up here with us this evening. Many of these wonderful people were working on their own studies in the PhD and DNP programs, and all of them had many other obligations, but they were still able to find time to help us, teach us, work with, and guide us, and we're so grateful to them. In addition, we would like to thank our families and friends who have been there for us through a difficult and often stressful program. They have supported us in so many ways, cooking dinner for us when we were in class, being a shoulder to cry on when we were overwhelmed, taking up extra slack around the house when we were short on time, helping out with chores, childcare, and more. And all the while understanding when we were too busy to spend the time together that we normally do. You have supported us emotionally, mentally, and sometimes financially, and we really could not have made it through without you. Thank you. And finally, one more. Take a look around at your classmates who have helped you through this program and give each other a round of applause because we're graduating. Congratulations.
And now I'd like to introduce the outstanding BSN student, Sarah Bozo, for her farewell to the class. Sarah.
Good evening. I am honored and humbled to have been asked to speak at our graduation. I congratulate all of you for making it through this challenging and rigorous nursing program. As I've approached this occasion, I've wondered what I could say that would leave a lasting impression on my classmates. I've thought about the things that have made a difference for me as I took each course, stressed over each exam, and cared for each one of my patients. For me, I found that it was my attitude that was really what made the difference. For I know that I can only do as much or go as far as I believe I can. As I look back and analyze my most memorable moments in nursing school, it was my mindset that made for a positive or negative experience. Similarly, I believe that our careers in nursing will be defined by what attitude we choose to adopt. We reflect who we are and what we are by our thoughts, behaviors, and attitude. I am still learning that my attitude determines whether I will be mediocre or excellent, anxious or calm, intolerant or accepting. It is the mindset that I put into place every day that decides what I can accomplish and give back to my patients and their families. I have learned that my values, judgments, ethics, and beliefs make me who I am and shape the nurse that I will become. I've realized that learning will be lifelong and that this world, the people in it, and my experiences will continue to be my classroom. But to me, the most important lesson to learn is to develop the capacity and commitment to care about another, to extend yourself beyond your needs and help someone else. As nurses, this is our duty, and in doing this, I know each one of us will succeed in countless ways. However, I also know that we will also make mistakes, but it is our attitude that will determine what we will gain or lose from those missteps. Since this choice is mine, I choose an attitude of determination, an attitude that looks into each situation and finds the good, no matter how difficult it can be sometimes. And I choose to be a nurse that touches her patients' lives, whether it is emotionally or spiritually, mentally or physically. To my classmates of 2010, I invite you to join me in this pursuit. It will be a challenge each and every day to make the choice to have an attitude that brings compassion and kindness to every situation, and to be that nurse that is to be the nurse that displays an attitude of caring in a world of darkness for each patient. Each one of us can make a difference if we take charge of our own attitude. Today, I dare you to commit to making that difference. The choice is ours. Congratulations, and thank you.
I have just a couple of announcements. Thank you to all. I do want to do a brief thank you, first of all, to our interpreters. Just a wonderful job they've done. I'd like to thank all of those who've helped arrange today, from the university personnel to our own School of Nursing people, Ms. Judy Turner, Robin Werble, Terry Shayowitz, and Misty Michael, and Brandy Tuzman. And I know Brandy was in the back. Can we thank them? I know many of you joined us earlier at a wonderful reception over at the Blanche Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute. That was possible thanks to Max Francis, who's the director there, and his staff. So I do appreciate all that they did for us. Thank you. There will be photo opportunities after this if you haven't seen them on each side of the hallway outside, or set up some display areas, so feel free to stop over there and get some pictures taken. And we're going to close our ceremony. Before we do that, I want to thank Jason Kiefer, who's been our organist, just done a wonderful job. And then we will close with the singing of the Alma Mater, led by Joanna Griso. I'm going to ask everyone to stand, including our students. I'm asking our newest graduates, our newest alumni, to please join in singing the Alma Mater. It's on the inside cover of your programs. Now, we didn't practice this year, so I don't know how this is going to go. Last year I made them practice, but Joanna will cover all of us. Okay, so the Alma Mater.